Okay, so this is going to be a video about my level 76 currently Fury Druid. Um, so someone please get in the comments and explain to me why Fury Druids are good. It's kind of like when I first started playing Diablo 3 a long time ago, my older brother, for whatever reason, he used to make a lot of druids, and just for the sake of being different, I never made druids, and I've always stayed away from druids. So it's really the one class um, that I have really the least experience with, very little knowledge of, but I started to I found some cool druid equipment. And I just figured let's make a druid. I thought about making an elemental druid for a while, but I just had more like melee stuff, and I thought it'd be cool. So I said, all right, let's make a fury druid. Sounds good. Um, what I think the skills are gonna be, obviously max these two, max fury. Right now I'm running Heart of the Wolverine. That's what I've been running. There's probably a lot of good arguments to try Oak Sage. I haven't actually tried it yet. I probably will. The Heart of the Wolverine is really kind of disappointing. First of all, the bonuses are, it's just not that impressive, the damage and attack rating bonuses. Although I don't know how much the life bonus is. But, and also, the life, this is maxed out at level 22. It has 850 life. It also tends to die quite a bit. I mean, it doesn't. You have to recast it kind of pretty often. You know. Um, the only reason that's not a huge pain in the ass is because it's not that good in the first place when you have it on. So, I don't know. So right now, what I'm thinking is I'm going to dump the rest of my points into Summon Grizzly just to get another like meat shield out there. And then, so I've decided I want to do a two-handed Fury Druid. And the gear that I've landed on, so I've had some, honestly, I've been having kind of more trouble with this build. Maybe it's the result of my lack of experience playing Druids, but I've had more trouble with this build than, like, really most other builds that I've tried. First of all, as opposed to Zeal, and Fury, it conjures up a lot of comparisons to Zeal because it's a very similar skill, attacks adjacent targets 5 times, right? But unlike Zeal, which is a level 12 skill, Fury is a level 30. And so the 1 to 30 experience, not so great on the Druid. You're using like Feral Rage, which is cool, but not that cool. The other thing, critical difference between Fury and Zeal, and this is huge, you don't even realize how huge it is until you start playing it. Fury is interruptible. Zeal is uninterruptible. So when you're hitting your 5 hits, I mean, it's like it's just so much more effective than when you're getting interrupted all the time. I mean, it's a melee character. What you do is jump into groups of minions and try to attack them all. But you're being like interrupted, and there's this weird thing that happens where sometimes I'm swinging, but I'm not hitting, and it's just kind of tough. And I've also had quite a bit of difficulty dealing with physical immunes in Hell mode. I'm in Act 2 Hell mode right now, and it's kind of slow going. And so, what I was using I've tried a decent amount of weapons. What I was using is, I was using a Rib Cracker, and look at this, perfect Rib Cracker, perfect up. This is a great weapon, and honestly, at some point I'll probably return to it once I come up with a better solution. I actually do not have a Reaper's Toll on my Merc yet. Maybe that would be the total of my solution for physical immunes. Usually I like to have a little bit more than that, just like something extra to help with the physical immunes other than relying on my Merc's Decrepify cast. that may be all I have for this character. It's workable, I guess. But wow, this is a great weapon. I mean, look at the damage on this thing. I never realized how high the damage was. I mean, look at this, 330 to 493. Compare that to the Immortal King's Maul, and the max damage is 329, less than the min damage. I don't know, so that's pretty nuts. But so the point of this video is I was trying to find a way to deal with physical immunes, and the solution I'm using right now is Immortal King set on a Druid. And you know what? It solves a decent amount of my problems, because I've also been having a lot of trouble getting resistance. And you see my resistances are not great. Another thing I want to try using the Alder's Armor and Boot, and that would free up my other stuff. But since this combo gives faster hit recovery, which is important because you get interrupted, which is where that thought used to be, was going before I interrupted myself with 3 other thoughts. It also has damage reduce, and attack rating, and you 5 enchant and just a straight attack running bonus and some decent resistance and a whole bunch of elemental damage on your Maul, plus good increased attack speed. That's the other thing about Fury Druids, which I did not even know until I was like level 45, is it Fury doesn't use attack speed, or it uses it. I'm not sure. It doesn't use attack speed that's off your weapon. so that just threw my plans way off, man. So the reason I made this character is because I wanted to use a pretty cool two-handed weapon that I had found. Check it out, man. Cranium Basher. Pretty cool, right? So I was like, oh, let's center a build around this, and I'll use a treachery for my armor, and I'll do this and do that, and blah, blah, blah. And then I realized it doesn't use attack speed from off your weapon. So I'm still going to give the Cranium Basher a shot, but I will almost certainly end up going back to the Rib Cracker with a shale in it. I mean, geez, it's just going to be too slow, It's kind of an interesting case of something you really have to consider when you're building a character on Diablo 2 is kind of the linkage between your offense and your defense. For instance, so something like life stolen per hit. Well, per hit, okay. So these things that you might normally think of as offensive stats, your attack speed, your attack rating, these things have huge consequences for your defense when you have these linkages through things like life stolen per hit. You hit more, you get more hits in, and more of them land, and you're stealing a lot more life, you're not dying. So the idea of, it's a cool ass weapon, but the idea of just swinging real slow and being interrupted on top of that, I just don't see really how it's going to work. I really don't see it happening, but I'll give it a shot. If someone please someone out there give me advice. I don't know. I also have a pretty cool Cerebus's Bite helmet. The stats on this are pretty good. The only stat that's not so great is the bonus to attack rating, but honestly, these percent bonus to attack ratings things are never so great. I do think, though, I'm probably going to end up sticking with the Jalals. It's just too powerful. The 30 faster hit recovery, the all res, and you got a lot of trouble getting res on this. 20 to strength, critical. The Cranium Basher, it's just a monster strength requirement. And the other thing about the Cranium Basher is level 87. So that basically means, what are you going to run Chaos Sanctuary till level 87? I don't know about that. So that basically means you have to beat the game with a different weapon, a whole different setup. And so I'm kind of struggling through that right now. Another thing I'm using to deal with physical immunities is Atmos Scarab. It's kind of not so great. And honestly, my experience with this makes me doubt the Cranium Basher even more. This is 5% chance to cast a level 2 amp, and you can use a fast weapon. This is 4% chance to cast level 1, and it's a slow weapon. How often are you going to cast that? You know what I mean? So I guess my question is, why make a Fury Druid when you can make a Zealer? I don't know. I suppose it has some bonuses. The cool thing about a Fury Druid, I guess, is you have this ability to stack buffs. So first of all, your Werewolf form is a buff in itself. You know, I have like 30 stats saved. I'm like over-invested. Well, I'm not actually over-invested in strength for this. And I always will be over-invested in strength. So yeah, but I basically got a lot of points in strength. I'm only level 76, and 1.7k. That's a decent amount for the fact that I'm uncharmed and no charms, and everyone who plays BattleNet will laugh at 1.7k. But on single player, that's really pretty good. And you have your spirit, and you have the other thing about Fury is that you have to keep. Oh, wow, look at that. That's not great. I might keep it. This is the kind of thing I keep and then never use and eventually throw out. But you have to keep your Feral Rage up, which I'm kind of not a huge fan of because I don't like these 20-second buffs that you just have to keep. Holy Shield, you have cast it once and it's on for, 20 minutes. It's like ridiculous. It's so good. But this Feral Rage, you gotta keep your buff up, man, all the time. And, I mean, it's a cool skill. I mean, and the other thing about Feral Rage that's cool is you don't have to use, like, the lifesteal is so massive that you don't have to use Drax or some of these other things to gain life. You don't need you don't need lifesteal. You don't need. Probably can get away with no lifesteal on your equipment at all. Although it might be nice to have some, and you don't need a life tab or life on kill. I mean, it's just it's such a massive bonus. So that's actually cool. So that's kind of the cool thing is you can stack all these buffs, and your attack rating. I mean, I have 12, almost 13k attack rating with not much investment. I have one Rav. I have no max AR charms. I have. I can't think. I can't think and attack at the same time. But, with a very, no dex, no points in dex. So with a very small investment, you get high attack rating, which is very good. On a Zealer, you might struggle more with attack rating, especially if you're using, like, elemental stuff. But yeah, so I just thought it was a little amusing that the best thing I could think of at this moment was to use IK. So that's what I'm going with right now. I think I'm going to make a bunch of tweaks to this. First of all, I think I'm going to switch to a Holy Freeze Merc because, I mean, I don't know if you saw in there, I was getting beat up a little bit. Like, it's not like I'm going through Act 2 Hell mode, and it's kind of not easy. It's not easy. So I need more resistance. My damage is actually okay. But I need more resistance. I need a better way to deal with physical immunities. The other option is just to use a Reaper's Toll myself, and I'm going to try that out. At some point. But this is just, I just thought because I haven't made a video in a while, I thought I'd just give like a sneak peek into a Fury Druid that's coming up. I don't know if I'm going to try to make a video, something to do with the Cranium Basher, because it's pretty cool. And I found a gnome room. That was nice. But, so, that's the situation. Wow, I've been finding, like, a lot of these. Isn't this weird? Anyway. What else was I going to say? Well, that's it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just like some feedback. I'm asking for feedback, guys. People, 20 people on the internet, on Earth, who might watch this. Yeah, I don't know. Fury Druids. Right now, my impression is kind of lame. A little bit lame. That's my impression right now. But, like I said, I'm going to tweak it. Get the Holy Freeze going. Maybe try out Oak Sage. Someone lay out an argument for me for Oak Sage. I don't know. Maybe get some points into Bear. Maybe I should have leveled up Bear earlier. You see I'm at level 76. I was just going around like maxing my other stuff. I didn't know what to do with all these other points. Maybe I should have maxed Bear, not maxed, but maybe it should have put a couple of points in Bear earlier, just to, because I think these meat shields, when your attack's not interruptible, it's, anything that's not attacking you is a definite bonus, and that's, so get the Holy Freeze on there, get the Reaper's Toll on the Merc, or even use it myself, and then we're gonna see. Probably gonna get back to this. I should put a shale in it. I understand that. I should put a shale in this. I'll put a shale in it. I'll put a shale. I'll do the shale. All right, calm down, relax. All right. But that's it. Yeah. So I don't know. That's basically my reaction at this point. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. I'm gonna. I'll try to make a video of this when it's done. But man, getting to level 87 on this character is gonna be a pain in the ass. So I'm gonna try the Alder setup with a rib cracker. Maybe that would really solve a lot of my problems. Alders, free up my shit. Oh, but then I can't use Gores. Shit. Like, how do you get fire res? Like, how do you get resistance? I don't, like, it's just, this is a tough nut to crack, this Fury Druid stuff, man. This is tough. Anyway, I don't want to put a Chains of Honor on it. Jesus Christ. I don't have the resources. I can't make a Chains of Honor right now. That would solve some of my problems. But I don't want to do that. So, this is where it's at right now, guys. I found this. I'm going to put that in my helmet. I'll put that in my helmet. So I've got some tweaks I can make. I've definitely got some tweaks I can make. Help myself out. Get myself my res up. So that's just where my thinking is at. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm just going to cut this off because I could ramble forever.